It started. All right, everybody. Happy Monday. We have 2 days left. And I've been doing this for 5 years now. What is 5 years times September, October? 12 months plus 2 more months. I have no idea. It's a lot of months, like 60. Is it 62? Is that right? Off the top of my head. Is it 62 months? Yes. Callan's all about math right now. I'm like trying to up my game. It's like cinco plus cinco is 10. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had to like catch up to you there. That was pretty good, buddy. Okay, 62 months. That's a lot of months. That's a lot of months. And you know what? At the end of the day, there is a fluctuation with Plexus. There is, and that's natural. But also you take into account that we have the power to switch things up to create momentum. And I solely believe that. Um, I was just speaking a little bit before some other people hopped on here about, I said, I need to change my attitude. Because you can wake up today and you can be like, this is not how I expected this month to go. This is not where I want my points to be. We don't have very much time left. Those are all self-talk things that you can do, and they aren't going to get you anywhere. And you might feel that they're completely true, but you have the ability, it's literally like getting into character of changing it all up. Okay. We know that if you sat down and sent a whole bunch of messages right now, maybe you had a sale, maybe you asked questions in your messages that are like black and white questions. So if someone doesn't respond to that question, they're just not being very kind. But at least you knew that you did your due diligence in messaging all these people specific questions to get the ball rolling. Because we know at the end of the day, if the people know the basics about Plexus, like they don't have to know exactly how gut health works and all the ins and outs. They don't need to know that, right? Most people just want an answer to their problems. And as long as it's not going to hurt their body, which I mean, think of all the things people consume out there that they just go grab from a gas station. As long as they know, okay, this isn't going to hurt me, this could help me, what are their objections? Not now, not right now. I've got this is going on, I'm too busy, or money, right? So your job is to go in there and to either fix the money problem, which is not, well, I'm going to give you it for half off. And then next month, you're not going to like the price when it goes up so much because I just want to hit my goal in October, right? That's not the answer. But you could go in there and say, I personally am covering free shipping today. That's a small amount that you can invest in your business that will make them feel like ordering today is different than ordering tomorrow. And well, we do know too, we have that dollar membership that ends today. I don't know why they're not doing it on Halloween, but they're not. Today is the last day for that. So you can just utilize that in your messages too. That would be helping the cost issue. Or you say, you know what, you bring up the referral program, maybe they don't respond well to it or they don't reply, and you get real with them. Hey, you know what? A lot of people feel like nobody would want to try this with them, but when you just put up a post, people come out of the woodwork that are struggling with energy and weight, and cravings is a big keyword. They come out of nowhere. They do, but you don't know until you post and you're letting your fear get in the way. You can shoot it straight with these people, right? So those two things fix the money issue. They do. And if it's not that person's time, guess what? You are messaging enough people. Then becomes a numbers game. You're messaging enough people that's fine. And, I was talking with Wendy a little bit this morning, and she's like, I just feel like I am a bug in people's ear month after month. And, it's like, there's this sale, there's this sale, there's this sale. And I get how you can feel that way. It does feel that way sometimes. But these are people that are dragging their feet. That is okay to admit. And you don't have to be a family member or close friend to be able to get on that level of you got to just take that plunge. And so as long as you are being a human in your follow-up, she said right away, like, I'm talking about other things other than Plexus in the meantime. If you're being a human, you need to bring up a sale. You owe it to them. You would be a jerk to not do that. And so, as cliche as it is to come in and say, there's a sale, people need to know that. There are so many people that won't order anything, and then Black Friday hits and they're spending money like crazy. People like sales, they just do. So, as much as you can get over yourself with that and just like read your message, like really short. Like, I've been doing a couple this morning and I'm just like, hey, like, what did I even say? Is it even worth pulling up? Hey, just want to let you know, if you're ready to take the leap of faith, there's a really great sale today. That's all I said. I didn't go into detail. I'm just like, it doesn't have, you can't find this magical message that's going to convince someone of something, right? You're just dropping it to as many people as you can to see who it hits, and you're being a human. Like, these people, are they going to not like me because on October 30th I said, hey, just so you know, if you're ready to take the leap of faith, there's a great sale today? Like, what's not likable about that? Like, that's nothing. I have the knowledge of a sale. You expressed interest. It's my job to alert you of that sale. And I even said, like, have a great happy Halloween tomorrow. So I'm kind of like letting them know, like, even if you don't do it, like, tomorrow, hope you're well. Like, this is not the end of our conversation. And so it is a numbers game. I'm sorry, but it is. If you go send that message to 6 people, I can't tell you maybe one of the 6, and even that, it's a random group of people. This is not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a numbers game, and if you need numbers, go get making new friends. There are so many videos out there to learn about networking, how to create new connections. They're all over the place. I watched a really great one from Alita Langford recently, and it was about, in creating your connections, are not like, say I meet someone at the grocery store and I'm talking to them. I don't have to always be thinking, can I sign her up for Plexus? Like, just having the ability to talk to a stranger. Oh, your daughter's so cute. Yeah. Oh, she goes to school here. Oh, yeah. Or talking about what you're buying. I don't know, whatever it is. Having that kind of small talk, connection, being a friendly person, you're training yourself to be a normal human in connecting with strangers. And there are going to be people that you have conversations with that you don't just see once at a grocery store, but you run into them multiple times because you're in a group or your kids are friends or whatever it is. And because you were a normal human that didn't always Plexus, got it, Plexus, Plexus, they are going to feel connected to you. They're going to like you as a person. They're going to trust you. They're probably going to respect that you didn't throw up Plexus all over them. And so when you do bring it up, when that moment is, they're going to be more apt to listen because they like that you didn't make it weird, like, get to the spot where somebody asks what you do for a living and you get to say what you do for a living. If you weren't bringing up Plexus prior to that, they're probably going to listen to you more. You know what I mean? So it was just really interesting how they described, like, they're like, we network all the time. And they gave an example of these a billionaire network marketing couple, this husband and wife. They're like, in their 70s now, but they made it a goal to talk to 3 new people every day, whether that's gas station, grocery store. Now we have social media where there are billions of people you have access to. You just have to go out and find them. They talk to 3 new people every day because they felt that that was helping hone their skills just as a person, right? And never expected anything of it in return. And even when they were millionaires and retired, they still, to this day, talk to 3 people a day because it's become a habit for them. It's just like brushing your teeth. They talk to people when they're out and about. And when you have that kind of like stance with people, that you're just friendly, you're just talkative, you're going to feel more self-confident in yourself because you're going to learn like, I don't suck at small talk. Like that's one of my worst. I'm just not a small talk person. I'll go out with you and talk about like your childhood and growing up and like trauma. I'll do that. But I'm really bad at, oh, the weather. I know it's just so chilly. Like, oh gosh, it's gonna snow for Halloween. Like, I'm not good at that. But okay, that's in my head. It takes practice. If I went out and I just like open my mouth to people, maybe I'll sound like a fool sometimes, but if I do it enough, I'm gonna get better at it. And that's going to make me feel like a better speaker. It's going to make me be able to go live, bring up Plexus, give a sample, do a Zoom, be more present on social media because you're changing your confidence and you're realizing you can connect to people, you know? So I encourage you, of course, Plexus is always in the back of your mind. Of course it is. And not for selfish reasons either, right? Who else was it? See, I've been loaded up on the videos, you guys. When in doubt, listen to the videos. They should be playing in the background when you're driving somewhere and you know you have a drive. Start your video. Pick out your video that you're gonna that you're gonna listen to. Because if you don't get the information. If you choose, like this stuff is going into your brain. It is changing the layout and function of your brain when you soak it in there. So just when in doubt, press play. You're going to go get ready for the day. Even if you're going to take a shower, I turn the volume all the way up and set it there. It could be the most random video and it didn't do anything for me, or it could be wonderful. So I happened to listen to, oh my gosh, who was it? Shoot, she was kind of quiet. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. It was about networking. I don't know, you guys. I'm a blur. But the point is, what was I saying? Shoot. Bad moment. Good roll. Watch the videos. Watch the videos because you learn little tidbits from all of these people. And that's how I feel right now. And you have to put it into practice. At the end of the day, it is about how many conversations you have going on. And whether you're talking about Plexus or not, you are advancing that connection with that person and developing a trust, right? We can post all day long and we should be posting and it shouldn't all be Plexus. And we all know that. And I feel like that's a normal struggle that we can all get over. Like you got to post, okay? But you can't post and expect people to comment. Let's be real. There are a lot of tactics you can do to increase engagement. There was that Corinne G who spoke recently. She flipped her whole business upside down because she went on to Facebook for 30 minutes engaging and commenting with people, and then she made her post. It's changed her whole business because then people are coming to her post when she posts it. That's amazing, right? Instagram's a whole other beast. Can't really figure it out, but it's probably something like that. At the end of the day, though, we don't have that figured out to a science, and you can't expect people to just come comment. If this job was just post and everybody just comes to you, everybody would be at the top of this company. Everybody. That's not what it is, though. It's the hard stuff, but it's not hard, right? It's connecting. It's being a friend. Every little tiny message you send with even with no Plexus involved gets you closer to Plexus because they're going to see you're a real person, or maybe they do have some health struggles, or they're going to have a bad day at work and start to rethink things. And who are they going to think of? You. If you've been not spammy and really caring about them and connecting with them. And then you got to up your odds, right? I've been doing a lot of the Facebook groups over on Facebook. Instagram is just, I don't know. You know, we're all different, right? And some of us work well with another over another, but I'm finding Facebook is the place to reach more individuals with these groups because I mean, where's a spot on Instagram where there's like a group, right? This is moms or just people in your community, like, oh my gosh, I'm part of all the little towns around where I live now. Like, it's just the town page. I don't, people write the most random stuff in these pages. They all are talking about their job or their kids or where do you go for this. And you know what? Even if it's like, I don't know, a question about the dentist that has nothing to do with Plexus, but I could comment or I could like or I could spread the love to somebody. I could, somebody has a sad circumstance, I could like give them some well wishes. That's not, there's nothing in it for me, but it's helping me practice to be a sympathetic, aware human, which is what you need to be a leader in Plexus, right? So, all right. Please, if you have any questions, be thinking about them. Because I don't want to go too long because this subject of pumping yourself up at the end of the month, I could probably talk for hours, 4 hours right now. I could just ramble and ramble, and I don't want to do that because we got stuff. But what I'm seeing is kind of a bird's eye view of our team. And I do feel like something is lacking without the share pink chat. I feel like something's lacking and we're going to figure it out. We're going to all figure it out. So at the end of the day, right, you discipline yourself to do the work. You don't need to be in a group chat. Heck, you don't even need an upline to do this business. You don't. You don't. It's about you connecting with people, right? But having that community and place to ask questions and somebody that knows your points and can hold you accountable, that is a big deal. And I was thinking of having a business chat for my level ones, and every single person wanted to be held accountable. And I was like, really? Isn't that crazy? Like we welcome that even along, sidelines or strangers. We want to be held accountable. And I think that's because we're admitting our own failures. It is hard to be self-disciplined. So it's like admitting I can't do it on my own. I mean, you could do it on your own, but admitting it is difficult to do it on my own, it would help me if somebody in the same boat helped pull me up, right? Because we are all capable of pulling ourselves up, but it is easier to know that you are in it with a friend and that you're helping each other pull each other up, right? It's easier to know, like, okay, I got someone else there on the other side of the country that is sitting there sending those messages like me. That makes me feel a lot better. I'm not in it alone. I'm doing the right things, right? Even though I don't see the fruit of my labor right in front of my face, I can be assured if multiple people around the country are doing the same actions as me, that this is going to give me answers. This is what I need to do. I'm doing the right stuff, right? You need that reassurance because sometimes it feels like you're just spinning your wheels and then it's like I got to create all these new systems and ideas to fix because I don't have what's working. But at the end of the day, it's about conversations. And if you don't have stuff working in your conversations, I truly believe either you're saying something really wrong, you're turning people off, and be open with your sponsor to say, am I doing something weird here? Send a screenshot. So either you're being weird and you're pushing people away, or it's a numbers game. It's luck. It's luck, like that scenario about the eggs. Like, okay, I'm really winging it here. All right. There's things in Claire's drawer here. I'm looking for something blue. Okay, because blue is somebody that's going to do the business. Okay. And I know she's got some little junk in this drawer. And I don't know if there's blue, but I'm looking for blue. And so I'm going to reach in. Okay. Pink. Okay. Orange. Okay. Purple. Dang it. At least I'm trying. I'm still going to keep going. Pink. This child likes pink. Purple. Oh, maybe someone that considered the business. They're a little hesitant, but there's something in there. Like, it is a numbers game. It is a numbers game. And I'm sorry to break it to you because it's not a fun answer. It's not, because it means more work. It means more messages. It means more putting yourself out there. It means more rude people or people that ignore you. That's what it means. It sucks. And I'm sorry. And when it feels like I don't know anybody, where are the people? You have to go meet people. Thank goodness we have social media online, because could you imagine if you had to go door to door to meet people? People would do that because they were desperate to meet people. So you have to force yourself. Do you want this? And if you're losing your vision of what's on the other side that makes it seem like this isn't worth it, then you gotta figure that out, because this is absolutely worth it. I don't care if you have kids, no kids, you're retired, you're nearing retirement, you just got out of high school. I don't care what your story is. Having a large income and helping other people make a large income is an incredible gift. I don't want to get too Christian on everyone, even though I really love, I think that our team has a really great Christian thread going through it. But our sermon on Sunday was about this parable that Jesus said in Matthew, basically, where a master gave three of his servants a group of 10 talents. I was like, what? Like talent? Like you can sing? Like, no, and a talent was a large sum of money. It's basically equivalent to 20 years of wages for them. And our pastor compared it to be about $2.9 million for one talent. And so he gave one person 5 talents, and he did that according to that person's strengths. Somebody's more charismatic, somebody's better with feelings, somebody is better at creating things, somebody is better at being really organized, right? So this one got 5, another got 2, and one got 1. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing about the parable because that brings it back to Christianity and everything, but the point is, God wants to bless you. So the person that had the 5 talents, which is $2.9 million times 5, that is no small thing. Like just one talent would have been enough. $2.9 million would change your life, right? But he got 5. And through his works and going out there, he doubled it to 10. That's an ungodly or godly amount of money. And it's those I could trust with small, I will entrust you with more. Money is not the answer, but it is a answer for so many things. Think of what it can be used for. This is not just, I want a hot tub, I want a second house, I want bigger house, I want new construction, I want a new car. It goes so much bigger than that. We are aging. There are people in our lives that have health problems. Maybe somebody needs to go in a nursing home. Maybe you want to pay for your kids to take a special program somewhere, and you can. Maybe you just don't ever worry about your bank account again. Maybe you do. Who was it? I think it was Marianne Anderson, actually. She bought a whole angel tree, like at Christmas, with all the kids, they have their ornaments. She bought a whole one. Like, that's what money can do. That's what's on the other side of this. And if you struggle with that belief, you got to go out there, watch those diamond documentaries. Like, it keeps going back to go watch the videos. The information is out there. What I sent today in the Drink Pink chat, just another reminder of these products. If you are ever doubting in your belief, there is a video for it. There is, no matter what. Like, I'm already like, I kind of forgot about Immune Plus and the benefits of it. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. They came out with it during COVID because of the benefits of upping your immune system. And oh my gosh, did you guys know it's patent pending? It is a huge deal to get a patent. It takes years. There are lawyers involved, rigorous testing. It is a rare thing to get something patented. It means that you invented something that no one else came up with that's untouchable. Immune Plus is going to be patented. There's nothing like it on the market and how it helps with your immunity. I mean, so just hearing that was a 1.5-minute video today, that I'm going to buy my Immune Plus, and it upped my belief in Immune Plus and in, our company and the research that they put in with these products. And that just gave me a little bit of energy, right? It was a little charge to go do more, be a voice. So if you are feeling like you need a vision or belief, there is a video for it and nobody can press play but you. You know, I find good videos and I send them. And it's kind of annoying when other people send you a video. Sometimes. Sometimes it's great because it's like, oh, I don't have to look for anything. Great. But sometimes when someone sends you a video, it's like, oh my gosh, I felt busy enough. Now you gave me something to do. Like I have to watch this video. Like you gave me a homework assignment, right? And you don't see what they saw. When they watch it, they're like, oh my gosh, this video, it just changed me. And you're like, it's a video. What could it possibly be about? You know? So when I send a video, I have watched it and I do really find value in it. And you can take that or leave it. But nobody can press play but you. Okay. And you could spend a whole night instead of scrolling through Instagram or Reels or whatever and just watch some diamond documentaries. Just one night. Okay, Wendy. Just one night of your life. Do you know what that would do to see? Because then what else could you do? So you watch it, you're inspired, and then maybe you find somebody and you're like, oh, they were a single mom, da da da. And you're like, I've been talking to someone that's a single mom, da da da. So now you can say, hey, watch this video. I thought you'd be inspired by it. Yes. Oh, absolutely. That video, they should just be playing in the background, like music, you know, like I'm going to work, I'm going to listen to it. Like, I just encourage you. Next month might be tough too. December might be tough too. Even though I want to remind you, I ranked up Ruby in December, New Year's Eve, and Emerald the next 1 year later, the next New Year's Eve. So it is possible. Did I give steep discounts to go Emerald? Absolutely. Everyone was $69. So take that or leave it. Did I have fall off? Yes, I did. But that was December. I went Emerald. And this is what I'm saying. The good time with Plexus comes around March, April, May, and June. Those are our months. And so in May, I went Sapphire, and June, I went Diamond. That's incredible. Did I have fall off after that? Heck yeah. My business is down, down, down at the dumps, right? But this is a long-term game. This is not a sprint. Get to Diamond and you lose it all. That's not what this is, right? And so that's why this second time around, I mean, I'm not at 0 points, but I'm rebuilding back to Diamond. I care about quality over quantity. I'm sharing the business with everyone. I would much rather have somebody want the business. I'm not talking about these people that are like, yeah, oh, I don't know. I won't put that post up and I won't do this, but I would love all the money. You know, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that show up every day. They don't disappear. They show up because they want this. I would, if I could have those people and then just random product takers, that's what I think is a key to a successful business. I was telling some friends the other day, Rosalind Payne, which again is just one of those names until you actually like hear her speak or see who she is. I didn't know her until I saw her speak and was like, oh my gosh, she's incredible. She really is. She only signed up 8 people by the time she hit Emerald. 8. Yes. 8. Because she was a businesswoman. I have to like look back at like what she was in her prior life, but she was very close-minded and skeptical, and she decided to go all in for the business. So I don't know if those 8 people were business people or what, but she's still somebody. If you're her level 9, 10, 11, she doesn't care. She talks to you. She has these huge events now. She'll rent out a cabin and they play like silly, goofy games. Like she is fun. But anyway, the point of that is you can do it. You can do it, you guys. This is a long-term game. Can you do it short-term? Yes. If you throw more money around, prizes, discounts, you can go faster. I'm not going to sit here and tell you can't because I did it. Is it the best way to do it? Yeah, there's highs and lows to it, right? Like nobody would want to hit Diamond and then go back to 0. You're not gonna go back to 0, but you'll take a hit. Is it worth it to you? Oh my gosh, like having the label of a diamond has been absolutely worth it to me. I get to be a part of special things. I get honorable privileges and information from corporate that's continually fueling me. I would absolutely do it all over again. But I am trying, I've changed and I've grown since then, and I'm trying to do things differently. But I'm not going to sit here and say throwing discounts around or giving prizes, or you got to listen to Trisha Rhaegar's mastermind thing that she did. She gives to every single new person a card, active and hydrate, and a hand mixer. She said she was sick of hearing people complain that the hunger control was not mixing up. So what did she do? She decided to send a hand mixer to everyone, and now she has not heard a complaint since. So it's a financial investment. But if you're not losing people, if you are retaining people and keeping them around and they love their products because they don't have clumps, that money is going to come back to you, right? So I really respect the way that she's doing that. And you should definitely watch that video because she's got like a customer care group, whatever. She is a go-getter, you know? And I was listening to her and I was like, gosh, she's got so much energy. And she did it really fast again, you guys. She just came right back in and started her second business. What was it? Like 6 weeks to Senior Ruby or something like that, like ridiculously fast. And I took that not as I suck, because that was my first thought was why can't I do that? You know, it doesn't help me to think I suck. But I know if I stretched myself like a rubber band like her, the girl's got how many kids? 7, 8, and they're homeschooled. I mean, she must be, ask how can I? Yes. She must be, yes, honey, you can do that. Right? Or she's got to have boundaries where it's like, at this time, I don't do my phone anymore. I know that I could do that if I wanted to. And I'm choosing somewhere in between for me. I have the ability to kick it into high gear and be like Trisha if I wanted to. It's kind of what she did. She didn't want to go slow. She wanted to like prove it could be done and rank up super fast. That was her own challenge to herself. And that's her choice. We all could do that. If we chose to and we put Plexus as number one in our life, we could do some amazing things short term, right? But so I decided, you know what? I want to emulate and I want to take away certain things that she said and I want to implement. And I want to be at like an 8, you know, because I struggle with balance with my family, you know, and I've learned things over the years. And maybe if I was in a different situation, I'd be like, it is 10 right now for me. But I want you to be prepared that it might be a little quiet right now with holidays. We have Black Friday. That'll be fun. Black Friday is always a big sale, and there are 2 products coming with it. One is a limited time flavor of one of our favorites, and another is a totally different product for Black Friday. So that's fun. That'll always be a little perk, right? But even with Christmas and even with people wanting to eat, we're going to have a challenge in November about cravings. So that'll be good. Look out for that. You can still go Ruby. You can still go Emerald. It's about, are you going to send the messages? And if you're not getting what you want in return, are you going to send more messages? I remember when I went Emerald, I had to have someone watch my kids for probably 3 days where I was constantly bouncing. Yep. Constantly. It was 3 days of my life. I would absolutely do it all over again for how much it was worth it. But I was literally like, I had a notebook. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person, shoot, I forgot to get back to them. They want to hop on the phone. Oh my gosh, it's going to take so long to hop on the phone. I got to do this, but okay. Yeah. And then great conversations. And oh my gosh, I got on the phone and they might be a business builder because I wasn't thinking. I was just going. There's going to be times where you sprint and times where you don't. Yeah, phone, laptop, right. It was like, here's my office for the morning. Go. I'm just like, oh, 56 orders today? No problem. I've been getting like 3 before, but 56 today? Sure. Let's just start checking off and getting there. Like, you change your whole mindset. Lots of takeout, right? and the dishes not being done, the laundry not being done, and getting babysitters, whatever. Your life might look different for a while, but this is how you sprint. And I feel like we lost that sprintness that we used to have. We would have a rank up chat for someone every month. Now we're all just like dwindling and tired and working, but losing. We have to up the game. We have to. And I speak right to myself as well. Multiplying your messages, more work, more hours in the day or minutes in the day working. I highly doubt any of us work 8 hours. Well, Vicky might. That's, like a solid 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. like a job, like I have not stopped working. I maybe took a half hour lunch. Like we just don't do that. We have days where we work like 6 hours and then maybe we come back at night. Of course we have days like that. But in general, I think most of like how much do you spend messaging? Not creating things or scrolling things or interacting like just normal stuff, but messaging about Plexus. How many minutes? How many hours? What if it was your job to clock into an office and send messages? And your boss was like, looking, how messages did you send today? What are your stats? Chad's job is progressive. They have stats. How many minutes did it take you to get back to that person's voicemail? Like how many people were satisfied or not satisfied with what you did? Thank God we don't have to do that. But the negatives of that is we give ourselves passes. So, okay, before I talk too much, it might be slower these times. It might. But you can put in more effort to change that. You can always put in more effort to change it. And prep yourself. Oh, he has to track every. Oh my gosh. Thank God we don't have that. Prep yourself for March Madness, April, May, and June. It kind of dies off in July. Some Julys are good, but we're just being real here. I'm not saying it sucks and then it's amazing and magical. It's all up to you at the end of the day. But if you can put in hard work to get to whatever your next rank is or re-rank, whatever it is, when the spring comes, you're going to go to the whole next rank. What is the point of wasting these next 6 months or whatever, 6 months, maintaining and staying at the same points? And then come spring, maybe you're excited and you rank up. Well, what if you could have done some work this whole time over 6 months to prep yourself to take a big like home run in the spring? Because the spring's going to pass, but that's when all the rank ups happen, like the big ones. So you got to realize this is a long-term game, and it's not fun when I say go meet new people. It's not fun. I know that. I mean, some of you actually probably love it. You could talk to a million people, but it is on your shoulders. The amount of work you put in is what you're going to get out. And if you're struggling with something, watch a video. Fill yourself up. How long did I talk? I apologize. See, I apologize.
That's good.
Okay. We're all in control. It is all worth it. That's the thing. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. It is absolutely worth it in so many ways. Whatever your story looks like, whatever your family looks like, is worth it because you can take that income and freedom and transform it into whatever you want for yourself, for other people. It's totally worth it. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it's all easy. You have to force yourself. You have to be in the chaos. The dishes aren't done. Your top not on your hair, or your raggedy hair, or kids screaming, or getting a babysitter when you feel bad, like that you're guilty for having a babysitter, right? No shower. Maybe you do that already, like me, You have to change what your life looks like. Involve your family. Tell your family, your husband, your kids, involve them in what you're doing. And when you put it out there to them too, like, mommy's going to do this, or honey, I'm going to do this. Like, you have to do it, right? You're like putting yourself out there, like you can't fail in front of them, right? Or like some of these people too, like if you put a post out like I am this many orders from my goal, like most people are scared to do that because what if you don't? It's out there for the world to see, but you actually perform better that way. And people do come out of the woodwork, PS, when you do that. When you say, I need this many orders and this is how to help my family, they do. They step up. The people that have been ignoring you, they order. So I don't know. In this rambling, I hope you found some tangible steps to advance your business. Overview, get in those Facebook groups, more messages. If you've done 10, I want to see you do 50. If you've done 50, I want to see you do 100. I'm dead serious. I'm serious. And if you're struggling with where those people are, then you go back to networking. We need networking, right? Throw money around, giveaways, prizes. You can always write it off on your taxes. I know it's a weird job to have. Frankly, it's a weird job to have. Every time I do taxes, it's very different. You can write off every time you go out to eat if you talk about Plexus with who you're eating with. Like it's an odd job. It's unique. That's also great. So throw money around, get on Facebook, network, send more messages. That's my tips for you. So any questions?
Not a question, but Jenny, you sent one of the videos you sent was I don't, maybe her name was like Karma or something like that. And she lost a lot of her points or something. And she has some really good points in that video. Like, and it is one that you sent to the read only.
With
Like,
Melissa Eichenhorst?
like not dragging the people who aren't wanting it. Like, and that really opened my eyes for me because I spend so much time with the people that are whining and complaining to me to get them to order. And I'm just like, you know what? I gotta look for different people who really want this, not who are like, oh, it doesn't work after 2 weeks. It's like, get real.
Mm-hmm. Right, because you never want to say no to someone, but you do. You get to this point. I loved how you handled Twyla. Twyla is someone that's been in Lisa's business like since the whole time, and she is still so negative. And Lisa finally handled it differently and said, "Okay, have a great weekend." Because you know what? You
I
can't force
can't drag
Twyla.
her.
And if she's a jerk, she's going to bring you down. But what do? You replace her. You go message the other people, right? Same thing with a business builder. You can have somebody say they're interested in the business and you're so excited and you're pouring into them. It's like, oh my gosh, I have someone that's interested. And then they don't do anything. If you don't pick up on those red flags that they're not doing it, you're going to waste time with them and then so all the bomb's going to drop on you that they don't really want this or they're not who you thought they were, and you weren't messaging people about the business because you were so tied up in this whole new business thing that's going on that you stopped messaging as many business people because you weren't desperate for them, right? I don't like the word desperate, but you know what I mean. It's the same thing with people with the business. We have to let people go, which is hard because you're trying to grab on to whatever you can. But this is a quality over quantity thing, and you never know who's around the corner. But again, you up your odds by more messages, more chances to find something blue or a good person. So, all right. I'll be coming out with our November calendar, but let's not even think about November, you guys. We have 2 days. That is a lot in Plexus world. Today is a big day. I would blast discounts today. And I don't mean by posts, messages, private messages. Obviously do the posts, but the chances of finding someone are just lower that way. Send out your messages, blast out your messages. Yeah, reach out. We got this. All right. See you all in internet world. Bye.